Hey, what's up? This is the Real Talk Podcast, and we are back with all brand new episodes. I am your host, Franco. Before we begin, I love video games, and I am a hardcore gamer. So if you love video games like I do, head on over to EX Gamer Store and check out their Instagram and website, and take a look at the merch. I get all my games and everything else I need as an exclusive member and free stuff every time I make a purchase. So give them a like and a follow on Instagram at EX Gamer Store. This podcast is for the everyday New Yorker, whether a native or if you're fresh to the city. Welcome. It is an honor to say that I'm from the Empire State. When you listen to this podcast, you can definitely relate. Okay, let's get into it. So I thought I would discuss in this episode that would definitely help with some tips for living in New York City if you're brand new, or if you've been living in the city and you've been caught slipping. Listen up. No doubt it's a struggle if you have lived in New York City. You know already how expensive everything is, alright? Take this as an episode as a guide if you plan to move to New York City, because otherwise on a timeline, I give it 3 months before you pack it up and move wherever it is back to where you came from. Alright, so let's get into it. Number 1, everyone in New York is going to be direct with you. What I love about this city ever since I have been here is how upfront and direct everyone will be with you. If you come here looking for the Sunnyside Springfield like The Simpsons, you are not going to find it here. There are people who are cool and genuine, but it is New York, alright? And in a New York minute, because everybody has something to do going on in that day, the day is going fast and everybody has somewhere to be, and they are not down for the bullshit. Truth be told, there are a lot of people who come to New York and get their expectations let down because they believe what they see on television. What's interesting is that I haven't met one person or been here that long, whether it's the rich, the homeless, the guy behind the counter at the bodega, the bartender, the cab driver, anywhere in these 5 boroughs from any background that is not going to keep it 100 with you. Alright, everybody is going to keep it a buck. They're going to say how they feel, and that's just what it's going to be. Alright, you either take it or leave it, but that's just the respect that you get out of this city. Alright, and it's a good thing rather than a bad thing. Alright, number 2, protect your neck like Wu-Tang. Alright, so, okay, now this is the most important of all when you come to New York City. Alright, don't get caught slipping. It is not a game. Don't get me wrong, no doubt, you can have fun in this city, but you definitely have to do like my rap group Wu-Tang and protect your neck. This is a 24-hour city, so when everything turns back on real soon, well, actually it has turned back on, after this year that we've been through, no matter where you go, you have to make sure that you watch out for things popping off in the city. Alright, just like places such as LA and Miami, the New York City is a tourist city as well. And we have our crazies here too, and it kills me when I'm out that there are, people in all 5 boroughs and how many times I actually catch people slipping. Not that I don't want you to have a good time and enjoy yourself in the city. What I'm really just trying to explain is how you can really enjoy yourself, and then you have to just watch your surroundings at the same time. Enjoy the Big Apple, but definitely watch yourself when you come here. Alright, that's just the lesson to take from this. I'm going to look at it and include my native New Yorkers in this too, because y'all be slipping. Alright, y'all be acting like y'all don't know. For example, like when I'm riding on the subway, I see people dressed to impress standing on the platform, but all the way on the other end, not by the stairs, got their headphones in their ears, vibing. Don't get me wrong, not saying that that's incorrect, like to don't play music. But pay attention to where you're at, because there's just a whole lot of creepy shit that just be going on in this town. Bottom line, that's the truth. Alright, living in the city, anything can pop off at any time, anywhere, so you just gotta watch out. Number 3, don't expect New York City to be quiet. This is as real as it gets. No matter where you live in any of these 5 boroughs, it is not going to be quiet at all. Don't come here expecting birds to be chirping outside your windows. You gotta be, gotta be quiet. No, this isn't the suburbs. This is the city, alright? You might get that somewhere if you live in Central Park, but any of the other 5 boroughs, I wouldn't count on it. No, you're going to hear a lot of everything. Some days it feels like you're in the middle of a war. That's because it sounds what it sounds like outside. To add a cherry on top of that cake, you end up hearing your neighbors too. But that's their business. New York City is the place where you come to bring the noise. It's not a problem at all. That's just what we're here for. I mean, come on, it's a 24-hour city. What do you expect? Everyone is definitely turned up in this city, especially after the past year that we have been through. Before we end today's episode, to all my New Yorkers out there, we have to celebrate being back, alright? Everything's open. Make sure you go out there and grab some nightlife because I definitely will be in the building trying to do so myself, alright? Catch the next episode of the Real Talk Podcast. Listen to this podcast on your favorite platforms such as Spotify, Anchor, and Google Podcasts. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter by clicking our link in the description also, alright? There's no place like New York City. I am your host, Franco, and I'm out.